Let's replace some oil cooler lines on a 2020 plus 6.6 liter L8T. Once you're underneath of it, you want to double check, make sure it is your oil cooler lines. Usually it's on the passenger side of the vehicle. As you can tell up there, it is leaking, and it's leaking pretty good. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to remove this plastic skid plate. They are 15mm bolt heads. So you're going to have 4 of them. 2 on the bottom, 2 up the top. Right there. Sometimes you even have a metal skid plate. Those are also 15mm as well. After you have your skid plate removed, the next thing to do is to drain the engine oil. That is going to be a 15mm drain plug as well. You don't want to break this free. The longer ratchet and your 15. And hope Jiffy Lube or whatever service center hasn't stripped out your drain plug. You're going to have a connector on top of your lines here. This clip pops off of the lines. You're going to have a safety tab. It's going to be gray. You're going to pop that forward, squeeze it. And if you can't, what I like to do is grab either a small pick or a pocket screwdriver. Just barely lift up on the tab on the inside. You won't hurt nothing. And just pop that off. It's kind of hard once the bolts are out of it. I take out those 2 10mm bolt heads. I like to keep the filter on until I'm done. Once the lines are replaced, I will replace the filter and fill it with oil. I have quite a bit of oil coming from here, so. The bad thing about it is once you take the lines up top off too, they're just gonna continually drain. But since these are draining, I'll show you the next step. The best way I found to replace the oil cooler lines is to drop the differential and the sway bar. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your 10mm and take your 2 bolts out of the sway bar bushing here. And the same with these 2 here. Then it's gonna sway down. And then you're gonna go to your differential. You're gonna remove this bolt here. It's going to be a 21mm. The bolt here, which is 21mm. And you're gonna have a 15 here. And then you're gonna have an 18 over on the other side of it. It's hard to tell, let's see. 18 there. Then there's gonna be an 18 up top where that bolt is sticking down. I'll kind of show you guys how to drop that. You don't have to take these bolts all the way out on the driver's side. You just want enough to drop it to get your oil cooler lines out through the front, or else you're gonna be fighting them the whole entire time. So let's remove the sway bar bushings. So after it's all unbolted, it should just hang down like this. So let's get that differential dropped. So on the driver's side, the 18mm is up top. Let's see the head, let's see. Right there is the 18mm that goes down and holds the differential as well. So you can take this one all the way out, and the second 18 down there, that bolt head, I just loosen. I don't take it all the way out because I don't want the diff to completely fall. So just enough to get the oil cooler lines up and out of there. This is what it looks like through the front. So it's dropped quite a bit. So the reason is you want to have that space because there's a block that you unbolted right by the oil filter, and getting it between the differential and the engine is kind of a pain. So the next step here is there's a 10mm bolt head right here. You're going to take that off because that holds the lines to the block of the motor. So you just have to take the nut off, don't take the stud off. Next thing you want to do is there's a clip here holding the lines to a bracket. If you have a body trim tool, you can pop it out fairly easily. That's what I suggest. So first thing you want to do is remove your air box. So in order to do that, it's going to be a 10mm bolt head right here. You're going to take off, you're going to undo this hose on it. Then after that, you're going to grab the back side of it and pop it up real quick. There's going to be 2 little retainers that sit in there, kind of like rubber grommets. After you do that, you can pop the intake hose off, lift up here, then you're gonna have to separate it from your intake there. Then you're gonna pull it up out of the way, kind of flip it up. So after you got it flipped up, you'll see the rubber grommets I'm talking about. When you go to put the airbox back in, the best way to do it is to pull these off of the airbox itself and reinstall them into your metal plate down there into the holes. That way when you put everything back together, you're not trying to fight them back in. They will pop in so much easier if you just take the rubber grommet off and already pre-install them. The trickiest thing is realigning this plastic box to your airbox. Now that you got everything done at the bottom, let's take the lines off at the top. So you're gonna have 2 lines coming up, 3 that go to the radiator on this side. So your oil cooler lines are this one here. This is gonna be your top one. Then you're gonna have one down here. That's gonna be your bottom one. This line directly underneath the 2-piece fan shroud. So in order to do that, you're gonna remove the 10mm bolt right there, and then the 10mm bolt right there, and then I'll show you from that. Now you got those off. You're gonna take off the plastic cover that holds the Jesus clips underneath. You could use body trim tool, flathead, a pick. Just be careful popping these off so that they don't break. And underneath you will have your Jesus clip. The reason why they call them Jesus clips is once you pop them off and you lose them, you'll be asking Jesus where it went. So these are lots of fun. I like to put a pick underneath of them, hold them with my thumb, pull them out. Even then, sometimes it gets a little sketchy and you can lose them. So be very careful pulling these out, because the new lines do not come with new Jesus clips. I'm doing this all one-handed, but I was able to get it. So this is what they look like after you get those popped off. And out of there you can pull the lines right out. So you need a little bit of wiggle and then they're free. So now to do the bottom one, repeat that process. So after you pull your oil lines off of your radiator, you're gonna have an oily mess. I tried to combat it, but I obviously missed. So just be aware of that. And then especially when you're trying to pull them out of the truck itself, they're just gonna be constantly draining. So it's gonna be a messy job. So I found out the best way to pull them out is to pull them out from your radiator side first. Then you're gonna pull them back up over your transmission cooler lines and out this way. To put them in, I'll show you kind of the trick I do to get them put in. But first you're gonna pop this off of here, and then you're gonna just slowly direct them out of here. Yeah, like I said, it's gonna be an oily mess. The lines are gonna want to consistently drain no matter what you do. And your hands are gonna be extremely dirty, if not yourself too. Now that you got them out, you can have a sigh of relief, throw your hands in the air. But the work's not over yet. If you can't get to this step of pulling them out, the easiest way by far is just cut the hoses. If you're fighting them too much and you're just bending them, yeah, just cut the hoses. Before you even try and put the new lines in, what you're gonna wanna do is take this off and pull the bolts out and the gasket off, or else it'll be a little bit of a challenge trying to thread it through there. Now the best way to thread these through there is, in correlation to how it was before, you're gonna have to go above this transmission cooler line. You're gonna have to snake it in like this over the top. I know it's kind of a challenge, pain in the you know what, but you're gonna have to make a bunch of bends, twists. Just take your time with this. This head moves a little bit. They're O-ring grooved. So that's the nice thing about it, is this does move a little bit and helps you access it all the way through. Once you get them somewhat in, I'll show you the next step. So I'm gonna put the hard lines in first and get it somewhat in place. So as you can tell, I got them somewhat in there. Kind of just sitting in place. I haven't put these ends in yet because you want everything loose. Ends are kind of a challenge to get up in there. I don't know why GM had to make things so difficult, but they did. So thread these lines in next. You can push this down a little further. It'll help you get the longer hard line in up top, the soft line to the shorter hard lines a lot easier. So after you get the line somewhat ran through and wanting to contemplate life and just selling the truck once you get it fixed, you're gonna lower it back down and put them in on the top side. So now that you're at the top of the vehicle, you can kind of route your lines how you want. I have this lower line going underneath the transmission line, but I want the longer line on top of the transmission line. So I'm gonna take this 10mm bolt out and see if I could fish it around and get it on top, or else they're just gonna all rub together and you'll be having similar issues down the road. So as you can tell now, I got the top oil cooler line on top of the transmission line, and then I have the lower one running underneath of it. So now it all looks really good. Now before you put your lines in, you're gonna wanna put your Jesus clips in first. That way when you push your lines in, you hear a click, and that they'll be fully inserted. And I'll show you guys that. First one in. And pull on it real good, make sure it don't come out. Then you can place your plastic cover over that, make sure it don't ever come out. Then you can put your bolts back in, put your air box back in, and then we'll go underneath. Now you can pop that back in and then put your nut back on the stud over here, and grab your gasket and tighten it to the oil filter housing. Gasket and bolt are in, everything's been wiped down. Make sure you start these by hand. Don't ever just start things by impact. It never goes well. Make sure your lines are tightened down. Put your sensor back on. Push the safety tab down. Put your protective little cover, heat shield over it. Then clip the line to the connector. That's just reverse process. Tighten up the differential. Reinstall your sway bar bushings. Then after everything's back together, I like to go through everything and hand tighten everything. Make sure it's good and tight. Then what I do is I just spray down everything with like a degreaser or a solvent to make sure I don't have any other leaks and that my work is done properly.